Well, glory be and mercy me. We've done it yet again. Another beautiful day here in the graveyard. Another walkabout. If you have the opportunity to get outside, guys, get outside. I know that our death cult culture doesn't enjoy getting people into nature, doesn't let us connect, doesn't let us touch grass, doesn't let us do this, right? We jam ourselves into your house, your car, your office, your house, your car, right? That's how it is. But please, take the time, get out to a park, just sit in the grass. Sit in the grass. It's more important to do than anything else that we're doing these days. Especially given that I think the title of this piece is I'm exhausted at our psychotic barbarian culture. And I truly am. It's exhausting simply dealing with it, simply facing it, simply going out of my home and having to interact with it. Looking at the news, looking at everything, right? And no more is this becoming emblematic than a clip that's going around that I'm about to show that comes from Good Morning Britain, where the newscasters and pundits accost a climate change advocate as she is arguing in favor for the survival of the species. Here's my absolute favorite clip from that.
The problem I have is this idea that the one group of people have decided that they are the ones to save the world. And there's a certain po-faced, incredibly irritating, I'm getting it coming off in waves towards me here, like, how dare you question us because we know what's right. I'm going to glue my hand to some tarmac and then I'm going to be a martyr and I'm going to be a good person, while the rest of us can't get on with our days. I mean, with respect, Miranda is 20. I'm more than twice her age. I've got kids, I've got a job, I've got an elderly mother. We have to get on with our lives. Most people feel they're doing their bit. They are doing the recycling. They're trying. I can't afford an electric car. I can't afford a heat pump. Most people can't afford that. The people that the campaigners should be focusing on is the government, not on ordinary people. But it's about ego. There's no doubt that we've had a winter without any protest, but as soon as the sun comes out, it's eco-festival time. And it is a festival. It's a big jamboree. It's let's get on social media, let's sit down with a placard, let's advertise to my friends what a great person I am, while the rest, ordinary people who have to go to work, can't get to work.
What's your response?
I just can't believe that that's what you're saying. The United Nations are telling us if we get to 1.7 degrees of warming, half of the population will be exposed to climate conditions that are unlivable.
Don't you just love her reaction, right? Don't you love how she's just like stunned by the psychopathic nature of what's coming at her? That what she is being told we should care about is politeness and letting people get on with their day while the whole culture is burning down. While the whole society is burning down. You just need to ask the town of Lytton what they think about things like this. That, oh yes, well, if we should be nice while we watch our cities and our towns burn down around us. So we are entering a period of time, and you see it writ large, where this kind of don't look up style communication that we're seeing here is going to become normalized. Just how the news media used to both sides the argument. Oh, the science isn't in, right? The gaslighting that we experienced for a decade, right? Well, now we're just going to enter a period of time where we're told by the media that the issue doesn't matter at all. That they acknowledge that that we're correct. They don't care that we're correct. They don't care about the facts or the evidence. They don't care. And they're going to tell us that they don't care. And they're simply going to tell us to shut up. That's what it's going to come down to. That they're just going to say, shut up about it. No one wants to hear this anymore, and you're a bad person for actually fighting for the future of mankind. Our society is evil. We're a barbarous society that's gone fully psychopathic at this stage in the game. That we literally are abandoning our children, we're abandoning ourselves, we're abandoning our nation. There is no position that you can take where you are a reasonable person if you are not fighting on behalf of climate change. And not fighting on behalf of resolving climate change. And we're just supposed to be going along with our daily lives. This is the part about it that staggers me and stuns me. I go outside my building and there's all these cars zipping around all the time, right? I head over to work and everybody's just head down, right? Reading a newspaper or looking at their phones, right? Everybody's just zipping around as if the place is not actively actually burning down. And the only solution that the psychotic death cult gives for people who are being systematically abandoned from the society and the structures, will just get a job. But all of these jobs that we're working are contributing to the climate change crisis. How can you be a moral actor in a society that is structured to destroy itself? How can you actually work to improve things while the levers of power are held by a psychopath class that's hell-bent on gaslighting you for the destruction of the species? The people who are spreading around these disinformation campaigns, the people who are fighting for the destruction of the species, need to be incarcerated. And we need to begin talking about it that way. That it's time to nut up. That these people are psychopaths. They're not listening. They're not interested in listening. And if you tell them the truth, they're telling you to shut up. Like, we've gone psychotic, full blown. Like, they expect us to worship psychopathic behavior. They expect us to exhibit psychopathic behavior. And if you don't get on side by treating everyone around you like they're just a commodity to be bought and sold, then you're going to be thrown out of the society. To anybody who's not in North America and Canada, who's listening to this, do not interact with the West right now. We cannot be trusted. We have gone full-blown psychotic. 30% of the society is voting Conservative, a party that is actually saying, amidst this enormous crisis, that we need to do more drilling, that we need to exploit more oil, that we need to build more pipelines, that we need to just go full forward, right? That's 30% of the society that is saying that. That is a death cult. That is a suicide death cult. There's no other way to describe it. And then another 30% of the society is voting for a party that says, yes, climate change exists, yes, absolutely, but is only willing to commit to creating products in order to sell them to the populace with no resolution in sight. And in fact, the party itself, this is the Liberals, has actually bought pipelines, has actually subsidized the fossil fuel industry. Emissions have gone up under the Liberals. And all they're doing is selling us carbon capture products and carbon capture this or electric vehicles. These products that are generated by a capitalist death cult in order to sell them to us while pretending like they're resolving the issue. Just like they did with the green, the green movement, right? Just paint everything green, that solved climate change, right? So 60% of our society, by the numbers, at least, has committed to the path of suicide. We are a suicidal death cult. And if you are not living here and you are in Europe or Australia or anywhere, do not trust Westerners. We are liars. We have gone full-blown psychopathic. We are trying to destroy the planet. That is our goal. We're not interested in anything short of that. We have all but stated it at this stage in the game. And here I am just commenting on the mass decline that we're experiencing and trying to deal with it. trying to exist in a world where we are abandoning any hope of actually having a civilization in the future, living as a civilized people. Because we're not a civilized people. We're a barbarian, psychopathic culture, a death cult that is actively attempting to destroy the species. We have to begin full-scale rebellion. The psychopaths are not listening. They're not going to have a come to Jesus moment. They're not going to stand up and actually say that they care about these issues. They're not going to be swayed. They're not going to turn around, right? They have bought in to the idea that murdering their own children is acceptable and fine. And we do have to begin talking to them, that we are aware that they are psychopathic, that we know that they're psychopathic, that we can no longer be stunned by their crazed, enormous psychopathy. We can no longer be shocked by it the way that young lady was in that clip. This is who these people are. And if we don't begin the process of full-scale rebellion, quit your job, sabotage your job, unionize, strike, if we don't begin this process of full-scale rebellion with the goal of incarcerating these psychopaths, we're done. We're done. It's over. We're finished. If all we do is wake up every day, bow our heads to a death cult that's attempting to destroy us, and off you go to the races, we're finished. Maybe we have a chance once the boomers start dying off. The climate change denialists, right? Once that generation starts dying off, maybe we'll have a chance at it. Because things are gonna get way worse than this, guys. Like, Lytton burnt down. There are plenty of towns around Lytton that are gonna burn down more. Right? Kamloops is right there, right? Ripe for the plucking, right? It's probably going to burn down. The mass flooding that occurred throughout the Vancouver region, right? The droughts that happened in Manitoba, the wildfires that happened in Ontario, it's going to get worse than this by a lot, Please like, please share, please subscribe, please send this around. Leftists like myself are being chased out of the conversation actively, so that the only people who sit at the table are outright fascists and the liberals who capitulate to them, right? No one is being allowed to sit at the table to actually say to these psychos that they've gone psychotic and they're abandoning their children. And there's a reason for that, because they want to believe that what they're saying is common sense, when in reality, they're on the path of total destruction, telling the rest of us just to shut up about it. So please consider supporting the channel. Please consider, at least like it, at least share, at least tell people I exist. We have to organize. We have to rebel. We don't have another option. They're not responding to us. They're not responding to us. And when they do respond to us, it's just to tell us to shut the fuck up. Always remember, guys, you are a quantum being, a temporal refugee, living in quantum energy. That what we're fighting for is not just our own stability and the stability of our children, but the stability of this plane of reality. So that when other temporal refugees wash up upon its shores, they can see this place as a refuge, as a place to breathe, as a place to live in love and in peace. That's not what we're creating for them. That's not what we're creating for them at all. And the billionaire class is spending hundreds of billions of dollars in the hope that you'll just keep going along with this. Just get a job. Go get a job destroying the planet for them so that they can make money. Something we literally invented and created out of thin air. Revolt, rebel, repent. Good luck. We're gonna need it.